We love hip hop.
But I want to talk about the gun buyback that's been the conversation that's been going around about buying back guns. Okay, I be watching a lot of CP24, and I was watching a debate that was going on about the gun buyback. So I want to rewatch this. Maybe we could watch it together and maybe understand a little bit more about, for people who have guns already, when it comes to handguns, when it comes to rifles, different things like that. They're offering money for these guns, and if not only just the money, they're also offering like to be able to deactivate the guns. So I guess you could keep them as, like, I don't know, ornaments and shit like that in the house. You know, you could keep them up on the wall, but they're not actual working guns, right? Because we I don't know, we have like a weird government out here where everywhere, where one side of the government is like, no, we need to take away these guns, there's too much of them in society, and then there's a bunch of us who are like, I think we need a few more guns out here, myself included. I think the civilians need to be able to strap up. They just shot up some dude's house over there in Richmond Hill, if I'm not mistaken. The nigga's house was bulletproof though, so they weren't able to get through the garage. I'm watching it right now. Major Mackenzie. Let me pull it up. Let me pull this up. I was like, God damn. Vaughan. It was Vaughan. House shot. Let's do this. Vaughan shooting. There we go. Okay, here it is. Oh, this is and it's linked to the.
We have since learned of a second shooting that occurred around the same time on Allison Ann Way. In both of these incidents, no one was injured. We are aware, and we understand that this is very concerning for the residents in the community of Vaughan. It's important to understand that these incidents are targeted between specific individuals. I can't get into the details of that, but they are not random. In total, there have been 6 shootings in Vaughan in the month of September.
Jesus.
At 4 separate addresses. All are being linked and are considered, as I say, targeted. We did make an arrest in one of the shootings that occurred on September 10th on Lady Angela Way. Kajian Doman, 23 from Innisfil, remains in custody. We have increased patrols in the area in response to these shootings, and a team of investigators is working tirelessly. But I do want the community to know that this is being treated as targeted. These incidents are isolated and targeted. We have information.
This is not the news story I wanted to show you guys the other story that they had on this Vaughan shooting. Let me see if I can find this. It's something from today. It just happened today. Give me a second. I'll find it. Vaughan shooting. Because they're saying that the house that they were shooting was friggin' bulletproof, man. Which is a mod thing. How do I find this tow truck? This is the one. Okay, is it this one here?
Phil Bakari, good evening. There's been 6 incidents of firearm discharges at 4 residents across Vaughan since September 6th. 4 of the incidents involve 2 homes in particular. The one behind me here on Farrell Road, you can see it behind me with the red brick awning over the garage and the front walkway entrance. It was targeted back on September 6th, and then again overnight around 3:30 in the morning. The first time I've heard surveillance video footage, there was some upwards of 15 shots fired at this home.
Jeez.
Last night, a neighbor tells me she heard 3 shots.
Look at the bullets. They didn't even close to inside of the garage.
A pause, and then 3 more shots. Another home on Allison Ann Way, about 600 meters from where we're standing, also targeted twice, the same 2 nights, September 6th overnight, and again last night. In both of those incidents, and in all of the incidents, actually, thankfully, no one was injured by this gunfire. The homes shot at, the vehicles and the driveways shot at, and it's becoming quite unnerving for the people who live here in this community. I can tell you this home on Farrell Road specifically is one that police have said has been at least linked to organized crime. What do I mean by that? Well, the person associated with this home is Alexander Vinogradsky, 39 years old, a kingpin in the tow truck industry. He was gunned down in a homicide last year. I'm told his family still lives here at this home. Police saying all of the incidents are linked, though they would not link all of them to the tow truck industry. Here's what we heard from York Regional Police Constable Lisa Moskaluk.
We are aware, and we know, we understand that this is very concerning for the residents in the community of Vaughan. It's important to understand that these incidents are targeted between specific individuals. I can't get into the details of that, but they are not random. In total, there have been 6 shootings in Vaughan in the month of September at 4 separate addresses. All are being linked and are considered, as I say, targeted.
I've told you about 2 of the incidents. The other one on Lady Angela Way, that's near Bathurst and Teston Road, and then another one over at Weston and Highway 7 as well. I want to bring in our crime analyst, Steve Ryan, who's joining me here on Farrell Road to talk about this situation. When you've got 6 incidents, 4 residents, police say they're linked. How do they go about linking these situations?
Intelligence led, often, where they will gather information from people that are embedded in that industry to feed them information. And there's never a hurry to link them, let's say, to the tow truck industry. You don't want to link all these crimes if you're not 100% sure, because as I always say, once you link them, it's hard to unlink them. Now, they have said that the 2 shootings, as you alluded to, at this house where we're standing right now, they have to do with the tow truck industry. The tow truck operator was shot and killed, as you said, back in 2024. So clearly, those 2 shootings most likely still have to do with the tow truck industry.
They all do.
The shootings are linked, but as far as the tow industry, the police haven't said yet whether or not they're all connected.
I found the home really interesting. When I was here back on September 7th, I certainly noticed that the fortification of it. It seems like the garage door is not.
So I'm going to talk about the. I watched this when they clipped this over. They clipped this from CP24. I watched this earlier when they were live. They're going to go over the bulletproofing of the house because they said this guy was like a tow truck kingpin. All right, and he died last year in a shooting and stuff like that. So his family still lives there. Wife, 2 kids still living in there, and they're shooting the hell out of that place. I'm gonna check the DMs right now.
Being able to be penetrated by bullets, almost they just ricochet off them and dent them. The windows, the window panes are open right now. They've actually got blinds, look like metal blinds that come down as well. What does that tell you, that this family has gone this far to protect not only their home, but obviously the people inside of it as well? And there were children inside.
It's a threat. And even the fact that the man that was associated to this house was murdered back in 2024. Those living inside that home still feel that there is some sort of threat. I have seen very few homes that are fortified like this home appears to be. The garage doors, the bullet holes or the indentations, the bullets didn't proceed through the garage doors, certainly suggests that they are bulletproof. And very few homes that I've seen fortified like this. But given the
is y'all house bulletproof? Because I know my house ain't bulletproof.
fact that the family went out and did this certainly suggests that there is still a threat that they do perceive to be real.
Police have so far arrested 1 person. They don't know how many suspects they're still looking for. Police saying today they believe this was a hired gun, that all of these are hired guns, using stolen vehicles. What does that say to you?
Well, it's a sign of the times. Hired guns are out there in certain industries. The tow industry is no different when it comes to people willing and prepared to do the deed for the right amount of money. So now they have 1 person in custody. The associates, all the other associates around that person may be valuable information for the police with regards to other evidence, but it's baby steps. It takes a lot of time to gather that information.
Yeah.
This nigga always trying to come with a crazy suit also. Salute to Steve, whatever his name is. He's on the Steve Harvey shit. Underground Nation, if you're sending me a DM, send it to the Friday Ricky Dread page if you got anything else on this. There was I know I was going to talk about the gun buyback, but this is a mod thing. Sidetrack, no sidetrack. We're going to get to the gun buyback in a second.
Hi, Nathan. Yes, I can tell you that neighbors here on Farrell Road are quite unnerved today after this house was fired on twice in the last month. Now, police say they received multiple reports of the sound of gunshots just after 3:30 a.m. When they arrived in the Bathurst and Major Mac area, they found a residence pocked by bullet holes. Now, this is the second time in recent weeks the home has been subject to gunfire. On September the 6th, shots were fired on the home, and then the next morning, another nearby home was also shot at. In fact,
yeah, because there was a shooting that happened at a yard like a day ago or 2 days ago. Jesus Christ, this happened 3 weeks ago? Oh, that's Chicago.
thank you.
My bad. Chicago got the same problems. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm not going to find it. Oof. I didn't think that it was going to start cooling down anytime soon, but from what's going on over there in Markham and all those areas like that, like there's been a lot of random shootings that have been happening at these houses, and it's just going to get worse, to be honest. It's getting cold right now. I feel like a lot of that tow truck stuff that we even covered last year started going down when the snow started falling. So even though it's kind of the worst times to murk somebody is in the snow, but I just feel like as soon as it starts getting colder and colder outside, you're going to see more and more bodies dropping, more and more crazy shit happening. Obviously, in the summertime, they say that's when shit really heats up. But when it comes to this tow truck war shit, a lot of this shit went down during the winter time, or at least during the colder parts of the colder seasons. You know what I'm saying? So just keep your eyes open. I will definitely be pulling up some more content on this as the stories unfold. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.